So I'm back. She lives. I know it's been a minute since I've done another video. And the last time I was in front of the camera, it was like a year ago. And I was apologizing for being MIA. And look what happened. I did it again. But guys, I don't even know where to start. So I'm just going to use this video and tell you all of it. So the last video I posted, it was about a year ago, and I was kind of telling you guys about why I had kind of disconnected from social media and how I had went through a major shift with, moving out of corporate America and getting the opportunity to focus on my business. Well, all of that was fine and dandy, and I did spend a great deal of my time, shortly after filming that video, working on my business and trying to get things up and running, but some things started happening that kind of really catapulted me into a big, rude spiritual awakening moment. And what kind of happened was shortly, let's just say around, everything was cool until we got into around November. I had just got the news that my best friend was diagnosed with cancer, and that information changed everything, and it kind of put everything on pause. Anyone who knew me or who knew my best friend knew that we were super duper close and that we pretty much did everything together. And so when I found out that this was happening to her, I really made it a priority to dedicate a lot of my time and my effort to helping, her overcome her battle with cancer. And so that kind of put a lot of strain on me and took up a lot of my time, because I really wanted to make sure that I did the best that I could to really help my friend in that time of need. And so adding that to my plate, let's talk about personal life. So I had just started dating this guy who was, super dope, by the way, but, I had learned some things about myself while dating him that had me realize that I was broken in ways that I really didn't know that I was. And connecting with him kind of helped me to see myself. He reflected me. And I saw a lot of things that I just wasn't really proud of. And more or less, I just had a lot of healing work that I needed to do. And, making the story kind of short, eventually things kind of went sour between he and I was left, kind of picking up the pieces of the puzzle. And I had to do a lot of self-healing, and it wasn't easy, accepting the reality of the things that I had to face. And, my self-esteem and my confidence kind of took a blow because I had to take ownership, and I had to hold myself accountable for a lot of my behaviors that, kind of created a whirlwind of poor decisions and bad relationship choices. And I had to realize that it was me the whole time and not them. And that was kind of tough for me to accept, especially my Leo pride. I didn't want to accept some of those things, but I had to. Spirit was putting it on my heart to really work on myself. And so not only am I stressed and frantic over the fact that my best friend is, deathly sick, but here I am dealing with these emotional problems, and I needed to learn how to be strong, not only for myself, but I was trying to be strong for someone else. And then eventually came the financial troubles. So I was no longer working for anybody, so most of my income was solely coming from me and all of the different things that I had skills in to be able to earn income. And eventually I got so wrapped up in dedicating all of my time and my money to helping my friend that I started forgetting about myself, and my financial situation took a terrible turn. And I was stressed to the max, just dealing with financial troubles, dealing with, this spiritual awakening that I was going through, and my own healing journey, while also trying to be a support system for my best friend. And, I started to try and balance those things. And I can say that after a few months of going into it, once I realized how much effort and energy I was putting into things and not really taking care of myself like I needed to, I started pulling back from a lot of it. And I kind of found my balance a little bit. And then just when I thought that things were getting better, my best friend died. And when she passed away, that, and I'm trying not to get emotional thinking about it, but when she passed away, I just wasn't prepared for that. She meant a whole lot to me, and her passing just hit me really hard because the entire time that I was, just doing my best to be a support system for her and to help her, I felt guilty and I felt like I failed her because I couldn't save her. And I fell into a depression. So all of 2019, while I thought I was supposed to be building, my business and living my best life, 2019 actually kind of turned out to be one of the most challenging, transformative years that I've ever had in my life. And I never had been so low before. And I've talked about it a lot, and it's easier being open and honest about it now. But I literally was just in a dark hole by myself. I was isolated. I didn't have my best friend anymore. So it was like I didn't feel like I had anybody in my corner who really understood me or who could connect with me. And again, I was blaming myself and feeling really guilty at the fact that I couldn't save my friend. And I felt like a failure. I was just like feeling like, how can I know so much, but I couldn't save my friend, like my own best friend, like the person who meant the most to me. I couldn't save her. Like I couldn't get over that. And, it took me some time to just reflect on the situation and to really kind of dissect what her friendship and her presence and even her journey towards her ultimate transformation, what that was there for me for. Like, what was I supposed to learn from that? And the more I sat with it and just really started understanding that she was teaching me things and preparing me for my purpose, and, just showing me that I can't control everything no matter how hard I may try, and that it isn't my fault that if things don't go the way that I want to when it's in regards to someone else, that it's not my fault. Like she was just teaching me so many different things through that journey. And once I started like accepting it and just really like honoring that process and allowing myself to grieve and to go through my feelings, I was able to like magically come out of my depression. Like I had spent all 2019 kind of in a bubble. I wasn't interacting with anybody. I stayed to myself. I was isolated and I was depressed and broke and struggling and stressed. My diet, everything kind of went to hell and back. I never stopped being fully plant-based, but I definitely just wasn't, eating the best things, and everything kind of just took a toll, like everything. And so I'm just now kind of getting myself back on my feet. And as low as I was, I still sometimes look back and I'm just like, how did I pull out of that? And it's scary thinking about being in that space because I felt hopeless, and I've never been the type of person to really feel those types of things, but I really did. I felt hopeless and I felt afraid, and I just really didn't know how I was going to pull myself out of all of the things that I was stuck in. Like I racked up so much debt in 2019 trying to pour life into myself and my business. I ruined my confidence and self-esteem in countless ways, making poor decisions and not following my intuition and having to face those facts and having to hold myself accountable for those things. It just didn't make me feel very good having to heal through those things. And and the grieving. Like, that was a real challenge. And like I said, me and my best friend were like this. We practically did everything together. She was literally a soulmate in friend form. Like, she was a soul sister. All of the little geeky stuff, the nature stuff, the being plant-based stuff that I was into, she was like the perfect person to live that life with. Like, we were the same, and we balanced each other so well. And it's just like, it, life is never going to be the same without her. And I'm in a much better place now than I was a couple months ago, because spirits worked on me and it has helped me see, like I said, the beauty in that whole journey. And I've been able to just appreciate the gems and the gifts that were given to me through the blessing of knowing her, and even being able to be in her life all the way up to her death. Like, that she gave me something that no one else could ever give me. And I think it's me being able to look at that from that perspective versus feeling like I lost so much that has given me the strength to carry on. But that's pretty much kind of like what happened and why I had fell off the face of the planet again after, already doing it once before. But, now I'm in a much better place. I finally got my business up and running, and I got a lot of good things. So my video decided to just randomly cut off. I guess I was talking too much. But, what I was just saying, like, in conclusion, everything that I just kind of shared with you guys pretty much explains, like, why I had to disconnect and why I was on a hiatus for so long. But like I mentioned, I'm in a much better space now. I'm finally like living out my dreams. Awakening Aquila is finally, up and running and off the ground. It's thriving. And I'm just really proud of myself for getting this far. And I'm just like, I'm really in a good space, and I'm just grateful more than anything. And so I just want to thank you guys so much for just riding with me through this whole journey, even in my absent moments. Like, I truly, 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 from the bottom of my heart, appreciate the love and the support always. And definitely make sure that you guys, show some support, show some love, check your girl out. I'm going to post the link to my website in the description box. Make sure you connect with me on social media if you haven't already. I'm on Instagram, awakening_Aquila. I'm on Facebook now, Awakening Aquila. Definitely just, connect with me. I'll be posting more videos now. I'm here now, fam. I'm not going anywhere. I told y'all Awakening Aquila is here to stay. Now, whether I post once a year or not, I'm here, and I'm always going to return to you guys. So that's it. That's my story for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and check out, and I will see you guys next time. Peace and love.